Well, good evening, laddies, lasses, and lassos. Welcome to the click. You smell absolutely female today. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. I have started working on introducing a completely new school of science. Wow, Click Academy on crack, am I right? And what is this new school of science, you might ask? Well, normally when you go to school or any institution to learn something, they teach you how to do it or the facts related to the topic. But we're gonna do the exact reverse here at Cracked Out Click Academy. We're gonna teach you all the things about a subject that isn't, and then by the process of elimination, you know that all the things that are not mentioned are the things how it actually works. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about all the ways in which girls don't work. Yes, indeed, female science 101, am I right? And all the things not mentioned in this video are gonna be the ways that girls actually do work. You see, science by elimination. So for example, if you're like, oh my god, why don't a girl go home with me? I smiled at her today, I'm such a nice guy. That's like not how girls work. Nice guy trademark, diskustang. But for example, if you give a girl a sword, you're gonna risk her up for life. That's like wifey material locked down. Yes, indeed, everyone should just give each other swords when they go on dates. So anyway, welcome to r/NotHowGirlsWork. Science, but in verse. Enjoy. Mwah. It's like evil science. Mom, can I have science? No, Timmy, we have science at home. Science at home. Ooh, we got ourselves a little trendy TikTok here. Those are always great.
I think you have kids.
I'm not having kids.
What you mean I have kids?
I'm not having kids.
Okay, can we pause this for a second? I love these like over dramatic songs that always play in the background of these clips. It sounds like an interstellar murder mystery, but it's just like a couple of people on a podcast talking about like Twitter level arguments. It's amazing.
I have kids.
I'm not having kids.
That's what you was born there to do.
No, I'm not.
Why would you not want to have kids?
Why would I?
Well, I'm asking you.
I want to have kids. I don't see any benefit.
For giving somebody life?
You have a kid and your life becomes about the kid. I want my life to be about me.
Oh, you selfish.
That's okay.
Ah, yes indeed, because one of the main leading issues of the world today is underpopulation. Goddamn, forgot about that one. There is one important... I heard a cat meow. Simba, do you want to be in a video? We're talking about Not How Girls Work. Come here, you little wrestler. Oh, today is a collab video after all. Oh my god, hello Simba, do you have anything to say to the wrestlers at home? I don't think he likes me. I'll give your insulin a little bit, okay? It's not quite time yet, in about an hour, okay? After Papa Click has read his memes about bad women's anatomy and stuff, we're gonna give you your insulin. Does that sound good? I'm gonna put you on the couch over here. I have a specifically dedicated cat couch. I swear to God, we should have like a cat cam. That's my secret cat couch. Look at that. Oh, that's so cute. He's gonna sniff on it for a bit, dump a bunch of hair in it, and he's gonna walk away anyway. He's not a very grateful creature. So anyway, yeah, I was gonna talk about a very important topic. When it comes to opinions, right? Can't have too many of those, right? One thing that sets apart opinions simply differing between people and opinions that become incredibly disrespectful is when your opinion is about how someone else should live their life. It's perfectly okay to want different things. It's okay to want a family and kids. It's okay to not do it. But it's when your opinion is what someone else that you don't know or have anything to do with should do with their body and their life. That's when you cross a line, when your opinion should trump their own choices about their own life. Bad opinion. Naughty boy. Don't make me get the sword. The sad truth is that good men are dealing with damaged women. Because women only think of settling down after they are tired of being played by bad guys. Bad boys get them in their best years. Good guys get damaged wrecks. You see, it's such a struggle being a nice guy because the only thing I can land is spent 22-year-old hags. And the caption, nice guys always finish last. You know that people were making parody songs about nice guys finishing last, like satirically, like 15 years ago on YouTube. This is so late to the game, and the opinion still sucks. Nice guys don't actually finish last, but people that call themselves nice guys do, because typically they expect like everything in return for some baseline respect, which completely goes out the window the moment they don't get what they want anyway, so they weren't really nice guys to begin with. Like, the whole thing is a meme for a very good reason. Oh my god, I have a proper audience in the studio today. That is so cute. Oh my god, hello Simba. Oh, you're so cute, aren't you? Yes, indeed. Ah, it's you and my swords. Those are my best friends in my studio. Today's a good day. You will never see 37-year-old men looking for friends among 19-year-old boys, because they see them as kids. But when it comes to girls, they are suddenly so mature, enough to be a wife. Oh my god, I can totally see this turning into some whack argument on Twitter where people go in pretending to be like pro-woman or whatever, and they're like, oh my god, 19-year-old women, they're so mature, right? And then this is like the ultimate goal, you know? Oh my god. That's great. Men talk about the friend zone a lot, but something that doesn't get talked about is the pain you feel as a woman when you realize you didn't have a friend. You had a man pretending to care for you so he could sleep with you. I think feelings emerging within friendships is a quite common thing, and sometimes it leads to a relationship because both people feel the same way, but that is not always the case. And then it's up to you who's in the situation if you want to be there and potentially have your feelings hurt, or if you want to move on and distance yourself from this. That is the emotional thing to do. Like, friend zoning is such a weird way of saying that someone is simply not romantically interested. Like, it's so weird, man.
If men aren't entitled to relationships, then women aren't entitled to safety, freedom, birth control, abortions, protection, empathy, medical care, happiness, tax benefits, or even being alive. I am a nice guy. I'm the nicest guy.
My girl, don't women realize how much of a nice guy I am? They don't deserve basic human rights for not believing I'm a nice guy?
Bestie, what?
Man, comments on social media are so instant. Holy sh**. Oh no, the beast is escaping. Can you open the door by yourself? He didn't like my memes. Oh my god, I just realized something so funny about this comment, apart from it just being like so unhinged, it's from a different planet. These people never see it from the other direction, do they? They can never reverse the roles, which is really funny. Like, if someone came up to this person and said, I have a right to a relationship with you, otherwise you should lose human rights and that sort of thing, they probably wouldn't like that. But it's perfectly okay to demand it the other way around. I don't think they see the irony in this at all, which is kind of funny. Please be rage bait, please be rage bait, please be rage bait, please be rage bait. I mean, hopefully, yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised. It's like a 50-50. We should just have a coin toss at this point. Oh, is it rage bait or isn't it? Who knows? Wow, you suck at math. Wow, girls suck at math. That looks like the OOP is XKCD, a well-known satirist. This was probably made to point out the sexism in how society views the individual failures of men and women, respectively. I think that's such a beautiful way to point out, like, biases. If you see an individual do something silly, if you think that, oh, that individual is silly, that is perfectly fine. If you assume, like, massive, grander schemes of things from this one individual getting a math problem wrong, well, then maybe you're the silly one after all. Who would have thunk it?
Ladies, if a man asks you about your body count, just lie. It's not like they can tell, but be obnoxious with it, because it's on its face an obnoxious question.
We'll find out anyway. The Vajuje tells a story. Oh my god, it's like the intro to a bad poetic fanfic. The Vajuje tells a tale. I held up my ear to it, and just as a seashell speaks the language of the ocean, the Vajuje shared with me its deepest, darkest secrets. I speak fluent Vajuje. We don't talk about it, except like very openly on Twitter, I guess. But more advanced guys like me, alpha males, can tell the exact number and even how big the last 4 partners were down to 1/4 of an inch. You know, much like a tree has a ring for every year, a Vajuje has... I don't know, what's the equivalent of like a tree ring, but for sexual partners? Oh my god. Breaking news! Scientists at University of Oxford have developed the world's first ovarian cancer vaccine that researchers claim would wipe the disease out. That is absolutely amazing. Oh my god, maybe the future has some brightness in it after all.
Men are constantly solving women's consequences while sleeping around.
Oh, it's this one again. This lady is like the epitome of leopards eating my face. Isn't she the one who started selling like women shouldn't be allowed to vote shirts? Man, I see that she's consistent with her beliefs at least. Yippee! I love how she is slowly becoming the person none of the people she wants to associate with wants. She's not submissive, she's not obedient, and she talks way too much for any of these conservative fruitcakes to want. At this point, I am certain she's just a troll who's making money off of being an idiot online. Rage bait is all the rage right now. That is actually true. I wonder, like, statistically, how many of these sort of characters are just like professional rage baiters. They don't really believe the things they do, but they realize that the more outrageous you do something, the more viral it goes and the more ad revenue and attention you get from it, so to say, and then in 5 years from now you can just retire anyway if you do it well enough. I wonder how much of it, statistically, it's just like a grift.
Men who hate women on Twitter are weird. I hate mushrooms, but I don't hunt down, correct, criticize, humiliate, harass them, then jack off to them.
The jack off comment was unnecessary. Don't jack off to my sweet little kantareller in the Swedish forest. Dear God, man.
It's funny how after the birth of a baby, announcers declare that mother and baby are doing fine. What about the father?
Fathers don't usually die during childbirth. This reminds me so much of that dude that was so upset when he had to do like a paternity test for a baby. And he was like, but what about her? She should do it too to make sure, that the baby actually came out of her? Dear God. Okay, like a small disclaimer, that makes the joke really boring, but I know sometimes they do paternity tests just to make sure they don't mix up babies or whatever. But that's beside the point. The joke is still really funny. Number 4, how much do you weigh? Parentheses, female, 60 pounds or less. Are we measuring like 10-year-olds or something? 70 to 80 pounds. Oh, now we're up to 11-year-olds. 90 to 100 pounds. 110 to 125. Not pounds in this instance, but something. Obese. So anything above 125 pounds, which, mind you, for fellow Europeans, is like 60 kilos. A little bit less. If you weigh more than 60 kilos, you're obese. Oh my God. Okay. Or I am not a lady, by the way. What is even this question here, man? I mean, if this is for a job interview, it's really bad. If this is someone's, like, dating application, it's really funny and unhinged.
PC mods working overtime to save gaming. Look at this female. Oh, here she is. Now she's absolutely fixed. Look at this couple of men. Oh, here we go. Here's fixed. This is a man and a girl. And look at this woman over here. No, there we go. Fixed it. Ugh.
I can just picture a room full of business executives working on a game and be like, oh, we have to increase sales for next quarter. How do we do it? Boss, why don't we just turn every character into a goon fest? Great thinking, Steve. You're thinking with your good head. You get a raise. Okay, but honestly though, I think stuff like this is such a non-issue. If you want to play a game with like very attractive characters or skimpy clothing or something, you can find plenty of games like that. Or just scroll through like Nexus mods for Skyrim or something. You can play like a bikini furry if you want to. That is perfectly fine. But expecting everything to be like a goonfest is so weird. There is so many games being produced nowadays. Like there is something for everyone out there. This is such a made-up issue. People thought the post office would ruin women because the post office enabled women to send and receive letters unsupervised. The moralists of the 1870s were sure women would engage in clandestine correspondence with unprincipled men. Oh no, not the clandestine correspondence with unprincipled men. How could we do this? Oh my God, this is like the 1870s boomer freakouts. Oh my God, look at today's youth woman and their postal service. Man, this has always been a thing. I love seeing historical stuff like this. The same thing is also true, for example, for older people saying like, today's youth just don't want to work. You can find news articles of the same thing going back like 2,000 years. It is absolutely amazing.
Of course, these are the same people that thought women shouldn't ride in trains because our uterus would fly out of our body if the train reached higher speeds.
I am so intrigued by this hypothesis. In which direction would it fly out? Would it just like fly out through your spine in the back? Or would you like poop it out? Or like where would it come out? Why? This is so fascinating. Oh my God. A good reminder that before the panic about social media ruining us, there was nearly identical panics about not only the post office, but the telephone. Oh yes, indeed, clandestine correspondence and calls with undisciplined men. Mass market novels. Oh, novels about undisciplined television. The television show about unclandestine. And all was going to ruin humanity, destroys women femininity, and corrupt innocent children. God forbid we send letters. Once they successfully make this robot that can give birth, it's over for you, ladies. And here's like an AI-generated picture about a baby robot. Okay, I have a few questions about this. Number one, if you could actually make a proper incubator for babies that didn't require someone to like be pregnant for 9 months, why would you attach it to like a massive walking robot? That sounds kind of unnecessary, no? And number two, why is everyone that participates in this kind of rhetoric so eager to be a single parent? I don't get that. Why? Like, I would argue a much bigger part of parenting is like taking care of a household and taking care of kids together with a partner, not like literally like the fertility aspect of it, right? Does that make sense? Like, that's a very small portion of it. This kid is gonna be with you, hopefully, for the rest of your life, you know? This part is a very small piece of it, and I don't get why people go on these weird, like, tangents. Is that your goal? Be a single parent with a robot wife? That's wild. They don't want to take care of their own houses, but they will be single fathers? Yeah, right. Exactly. It's so weird, man. God. And also, why would you attach it to a walking structure? That just sounds so expensive.
I need some of y'all to realize that women do not, in fact, expire at 30 years old.
No, they expire at 21 years old, according to Twitter, which is the best source of everything. Check this out. Age 21 to 24, pregnant after 6 months, and pregnant within 12 months. Oh, 70%, and then it goes all the way down to 55% at 40 to 45. Can someone share with me how a 44-year-old woman can get preggo naturally? Serious question.
Why do people like this go to Twitter to like proclaim these kind of stuff very loudly and confidently instead of like, I don't know, Googling? How do we live in an age where we have like little supercomputers in our pockets with internet access? But this is what we spend it doing. We don't spend it learning, we spend it screaming about stupid.
Oh, this chart is bullshit. A woman over 40 has like a 1% chance of getting pregnant even if she has a load shot in her every day for a year.
Oh, damn, we got a little wordsmith on our hands, don't we?
At 45, the eggs are completely unviable and few and far between the vast majority of women. Again, this chart is bullshit.
It sounds like one of those like genius parody cards from like bad songs. It's like, she had a shot in her every day this year. Yeah, I can only rhyme with yeah.
Ladies, please stop using your vacuum hose to end your period early.
I'm sorry, what?
You're gonna wind up sucking out a whole lot more than blood. There were 2 cases of this so far this week, and both women had to be admitted. Just stop.
Okay, so the thing I picture here, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but according to this person, there's this wild theory out there about how to stop your period early, and that is to suck it out of your body by literally attaching the suction piece of a vacuum cleaner down there, and then just going ham with it. And this is gonna speedrun your period. But it's not good for you. Who would have thunk it? Let me paint you a picture about the future. The year is 2030. Most men have sex bots. Women in desperation yell, "They don't love you like a real human being." Men whisper back, "Neither do you."
Oh! Burn, made-up person I'm arguing with! Bam! I'm gonna go be a single parent! Take that, female!
Prefrontal development comes at you fast, Sydney Sweeney. Age 26, and he was age 25. You see, it's like prefrontal development is the same as hitting the wall.
Well, luckily for you, I don't think I have a prefrontal cortex at all. But you do realize there's a difference between like a setup modeling shoot with like makeup and spray tan and angles and everything, and just like a random paparazzi photo in really bad light with bad posture. You know that like tricks in photography is a real thing, right? And also suggesting that the picture on the left somehow looks bad is also absolutely outrageous. I'm pretty sure that none of these people even like women in the first place. This is some weird kind of coping, man.
Want to see? I'll put it in your CLIT. Wait, what? I put pee-pee in CLIT. It's not a hole. You know that, right? A CLIT is a hole. Every girl knows it's a hole. Bastard, you're pretending to be a girl.
Ah, yes, you got them now, my boy. Oh, the impossible female anatomy quizzes.
I don't think I am. Just check. Not a whole liar. I am pussy doctor.
You mean like a gynecologist? I don't think that's what they call them.
I know all about female organs. Go F yourself, liar.
Sorry, honey, I'll be a bit late today. I got my pussy doctor duties to attend to. Turning things into holes that aren't actually holes. Making the world a better place, one hole at a time.
In the future, all worthless women will be replaced by robots who cook, clean, and have naughties with us. Checkmate, feminists.
Women and everyone else. Yeah, sounds great. Whoa. I don't know about you, man, but like a relationship means more than that. One part of it is, of course, intimacy if you're into that kind of stuff, but another part is also having a life partner, someone to settle down and have a family with if you're interested in the family, or raising pets together, or taking care of a household, or go places, experience the world together, grow together, be there for each other when stuff is hard, be there for each other to celebrate when stuff goes good. Having a life partner like that you feel you can rely on and that you genuinely connect with is so much more than like being replaced by a fleshlight. Like it's not even comparable, man. This meme is pretty sad. When you realize why anything featuring a woman is only a woman's thing. Movie about a girl equals girl's movie, but featuring a man is everyone's relatability, because it's about a human experience. But we are girls, not a whole human experience, but a subplot. Not human, but girl.
Oh, but that is obvious, little female. Otherwise, it wouldn't be called humans. It would be called females. And it's obviously not. Checkmate, atheists.
Me and my birch at Disney World. Oh my god. Now, why the baby got a BBL? I think that refers to the baby in this picture being like very curvy, which is disturbing. Man, and they said AI would destroy us like Terminator style. I wish they would at this point. That would be the good ending.
95% of us who buy video games are heterosexual men, and female characters should be designed accordingly. Look at this absolute goonfest.
Sir, you should do some research on gamer demographics these days. It's about half and half now. Honestly, I think you could apply these sort of wild arguments to any other form of media and you would realize how incredibly ridiculous it is. Like, for example, regular movies exist for just the general audience, and then you have adult movies who are a bit more spicy that you can find on certain platforms and so on and so forth. So the equivalent of this argument in that context would be that every single movie that caters to men has to be basically an adult film. That is essentially the equivalent, which is of course like absolutely insane, and I would argue it very much simplifies the male experience to just like unga bunga, brain gosh boner. It's like kind of disrespectful to just everyone. I don't really get it. If you want a goon game, there is plenty of them out there, no one is stopping you, but suggesting that everything has to be a goon game is also insane.
Oh no, there is an entire thread under this post. No, please. Proving once again that women ruin everything, except when they're in video games with giant honkamadurkers. They ruin escapism because boys didn't find them attractive in high school, so they destroy what a large amount of boys or men enjoy in this instance video games.
I'm gonna be honest, the video game industry has been like exploding over the past couple of decades. You can find more of whatever genre you want to play of literally anything than you could like 10 or 20 years ago. I don't get this, it's so weird. Female gamers also play Animal Crossing, Candy Crush, and other such more mobile-like video games. You see, they play the games that aren't real games. It's a crossword puzzle version of a video game. It's not the same in that a video game, usually, again by majority, has a story to tell, and the story is about how big the Hadonka Madorkers are. Proper audio visuals and more. Oh yes, those audio visuals. The half and half myth, they're made up by counting Farmville moms as gamers.
Most women gamers are not playing these type of games. Fiddling around on Candy Crush and other garbage pay-to-win games on your iPhone doesn't make you a real gamer. The problem is calling someone a gamer because they play only Pokemon Go or only Animal Crossing. A gamer is someone who owns and plays hundreds or thousands of different...
Holy shit, dude. Okay, well, 99% of dudes aren't gamers either, I guess.
Someone who spends hours a day on games. Girls are not gamers.
Man, you just gatekept gaming from, I think, more people than you intended to. Oh my god. plays thousands of games. Oh my god! I am going to say something controversial. Something aimed at men has more appeal for both genders than something at men and women. Women, by and large, have less interest in media than men do. Their tastes are, shall we say, less refined. Yes, indeed. It's just like wine. Men like fine wine and whiskey. Women, they drink dirt. Same as with video games. Instagram is not a video game. 600 likes. Man, it's easy to win an argument when the person you're ratioing doesn't even exist. Oh my god. You know, if you want to show someone true love, get him a sword. But I found someone online that has a almost equivalently efficient strategy of properly sharing your love and communication in a relationship, and that is this wonderful person. When I have a disagreement with a girl now, I export my entire chat history with her into AI and ask it to analyze the conversation, then paste the result to her. There is absolutely nothing she can do. It's a brutal mog. I then tell her to contact me after she has spoken to AI. Ratings out of 100. Rational or logical. You, 95. Analytical and clear. Her, 15. Emotional and reactive. Emotional regulation. You, 90. Stable but cold. Her, 25. Volatile. Poor control. Man, I'm surprised you didn't just write hysterical right away, to be honest. Victim mentality. You, 5. Takes responsibility. Her, 85. Default mode of victimhood. Conflict handling. You, 90. Direct and succinct. Her, 15. Escalates. Focuses on past. Wait, is focuses misspelled? Hold on, wait, did he write this himself? Oh my god, I had to double check. He misspelled focuses. Either the AI is completely botched when it comes to this, or he just wrote this himself and left, like, typing errors in there. Oh no. Yup, can confirm that these are actions of a sane, rational, even-keeled individual. What? You don't ask AI to rate your arguments? How were you supposed to know if you won them? Can you imagine that? You have an argument with your partner, and the day after you come back with a whole printed PowerPoint and be like, honey, I made a transcript of our entire argument yesterday, and here is your AI rating for our argument yesterday. You are hysterical. Congratulations! Now you have to speak to this AI and do your homework in how to be a better argumentator in our relationship. Oh man, why can't the Terminators just wipe us out already? Oh my god, this is the worst AI timeline. Happy wife, happy life is so misunderstood. Women are reciprocal. Make her happy and she will make you happier. It wasn't intended to mean sacrifice your happiness to accommodate hers. Wifey gon' treat you how you treat her. Happy spouse, happy house. That just sounds like a good attitude for any functional relationship, to be honest. Just make each other's lives better. Of course, there can be tough periods and so on and so forth, and you can go through things and you want to support each other, but in general, overall, you're supposed to make each other's life better or make each other more capable of doing more things in life, or just enjoying each other's company. This is pretty basic relationship stuff. How Nice Guy's trademark thinks naughties work. Times I respected women. You see, I have 10 stamps on my card of times I held door open for women. Where is my sex? You're the 10th woman I held door open for. Sex, please? Just because a woman leaves after dinner with you doesn't mean you got used. Sharing a meal with a woman doesn't entitle you to naughties. Getting a job interview doesn't mean you're going to get hired.
No, this doesn't make any sense.
What did the original say? I didn't see it, but can guess. Just because a man leaves after naughties with you, it doesn't mean you got used. Having naughties doesn't entitle you to a relationship. Getting a job interview doesn't mean you're going to get hired. And women for the bottom. Ah, so it's one of those memes that is getting like ping-ponged around the internet. Isn't that beautiful? I think there are a few good things to keep in mind about the original meme, that is. And the first thing is that it sounds like you're looking for an escort in this case, which is weird. It sounds like you're dating very transactionally, which is not a great way to do it. Are there people on dating apps, and you've seen this like trending online where it's like, oh my god, I went out with a new guy every week just to get a free meal and I didn't have intentions to date. Yeah, there are people like this. They are not a majority. There are poopy people in every demographic. But To me at least, I don't think I've ever had that problem. I don't think I've ever bought anyone like a massive lobster dinner as a first date. Keep it simple, like go for a coffee, go for a walk in a public area, do something cute and fun, or go check out a museum or something. That is a great idea for a first date. And if someone demands you that, oh, you have to spend $500 on a first date to like prove something, then they're probably not the right person for you anyway, and you're free to move on to the next one. That is perfectly fine. Like this projection of like bad experiences or overall bitterness on an entire group of people isn't healthy for anyone. It's weird.
New kit goes hard, especially since it's an original from 1996.
That is such a cool shirt.
Yet another female wearing a jersey as if they have any understanding of sports. How embarrassing. Just saying. Oh, yes, indeed, sports. It's, it's not like it's rocket science. It's way harder.
There was a fetus found in the school bathroom.
Okay, one of those like real Reddit stories.
We don't know if it was a middle schooler or high schooler, since the schools are in the same building. But I don't even know. Some of the people who saw it said it looked like it was about 4 weeks.
Okay, I already know this story is complete BS. It's one of those things where some kid made up something and was like, oh my god, there was a fetus in the bathroom, and then it just makes the rounds in the school, but no one actually saw the original thing, and now it's just like an urban legend in your middle school. I don't know why, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. I am not against abortion. Do you think like a couple of like middle school girls performed an abortion in a school bathroom? And also 4 weeks would be like, literally, it's not what you think it is, okay? I'm not against abortion, so I don't know why I'm uncomfortable. I guess it's just uncomfortable it didn't get disposed of properly. At 4 weeks, a fetus would be smaller than a blood clot past the normal menstruation. At 4 weeks, it's not even medically considered a fetus yet. It's still an embryo. Well, now you're just being mean, trying to confuse the issue with facts.
This whole story just feels like Bad Women's Anatomy and like one of those little urban legends that goes ham when you're in middle school. I had a similar thing happen when I was like 10 years old. There was this big rumor about like a flasher around the school area, right? You know, a flasher, someone that very stereotypically goes around with a long coat, and they're like, aha, I'm actually naked underneath. That's what a flasher is, if you didn't know. And there was a rumor about a flasher being around the school area. We were like 10 years old, So everyone freaked out. Like the school was on lockdown for like a good couple of months. Kids weren't allowed to like leave the buildings or leave like the site of the teachers doing recess and all this kind of stuff. And then I found out 20 years later that there was never a flasher. It was the cousin of one of my best friends that had gone to a teacher with this word, flasher, that they had heard in the news, kids with new words and that kind of stuff. And they had been like, flasher, there's a flasher. And the teacher freaked out and called everyone and called the police and that kind of stuff. And everything went into lockdown for months. And I found out now, 20 years later, and no one knows. I tell this to people and friends I bump into from like childhood and be like, hey, did you know that this story that was like a big event back in like the late 90s or whatever, that it was just BS? And they're like, what? It wasn't real? It reminds me sort of this. It's just one of those like urban legends that for some reason gains life because kids don't know what they're talking about. I've heard horror stories of teens giving birth at school. A 4-week fetus is a blood clot, lemao. Imagine if they just saw someone's period clot. Makes sense that they just saw a blood clot and got imagining. I remember seeing a bloody period toilet in first grade and thought someone died. Oh my god! Somebody just imploded above the toilet. Oh my god.
Mike was better in bed. Josh had a porch. Paul took me to Dorsia. Peter was 6'1".
I have seen this one circulating, okay? This is a post that has been like memed on and reposted a bunch, okay? Some of it is also like American Psycho references, okay? But it's all like, women, they just like tall boys to take them to Dorsia. But one thing I realized about this post, if you look in the third panel especially, look at the faces in the background. This is just AI. I'm so glad AI is being used to create so many wonderful things. Like, weird strawman arguments about women and Dorsia. You have people using AI to argue with their girlfriends. The future is bright. The future is bright.
Lisa's daily routine for becoming a better wife. Number 1, wake up at 5 a.m. to prepare breakfast for your husband. Eggs, bacon, toast, freshly brewed coffee. Make sure everything is ready by 5:30. Gym from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Keep in shape and no excuses. Number 3, clean the entire house from 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., including vacuuming, dusting, and mopping the floors.
You gotta mop the floors every single day. Oh my god.
Laundry must be done daily and folded by 10 a.m.
laundry must be done daily. How much dirty laundry do you produce in a day? Oh my god.
Number 4, prepare lunch for your husband by 12 p.m. even if he work.
Even if he work. Okay.
Pack it the night before if necessary. Number 5, dinner must be served at 6:30 p.m. sharp. A fresh, home-cooked meal every day. No takeout allowed. Number 6, be available for snacks and drinks whenever your husband or his friends are around, especially after 8 p.m. Snacks must be homemade. Number 7, ensure the house is quiet after 9 p.m. for your husband's relaxations. No distractions during his TV time. Number 8, go to bed by 10 p.m. and get enough rest, but only after making sure everything is ready for the next day. Smile and be supportive, no matter how tired you are, because a good wife keeps the household stress-free.
You're looking for a full-time maid. This is like a job application for a full-time maid, okay? This is not like a partnership, all right? This female character was so annoying and stupid. Oh, she's unbelievable. Wow, this character sounds like she's insufferable. Episode 1, I wonder what she'll do wrong. Episode 40, it was misogyny. Yippee! Girls listing all the things they need in a partner. Men, vajuje, optional. Vajuje being optional implies they're okay with dating a trans woman, but I'm not sure if that's the case. Knowing the type of person that would make this meme, like, yeah, they won't be okay with a trans woman. Like, I sort of understand the joke the meme tries to make, but even if you were to take it at face value and not like the weird undertones and stuff, it's still like, oh, I have no standards. Look at these other people who have standards when they're dating. Disgusting. r/meme. Oh, relationship sucks. Women.
Did you actually expect me to have naughties with you after dating for over 3 months, giving me gifts, compliments, respect, loyalty, and being the best boyfriend I ever dated?
Kind of. Did you unironically use Bowser for this meme format? The character that was like kidnapping Peach? Oh, that's great. It also feels like such a made-up scenario. My god.
Why, I would be delighted to put my needs last again. Oh, yes, indeed. Hashtag inspirational housewifey.
Oh, hell yeah, we got ourselves some Instagram Reels or Snapchat or whatever the hell this is. Wife requirements. Under 5'8". Is okay with £5 a week pocket money. Man, that's not even enough to buy like a pack of Pokemon cards nowadays. Oh my god. Cooks 3 times a day. Why didn't you cook 3 times a day? If you're working, I'm expecting you to have lunch outside somewhere or bring a lunchbox. Do you cook your breakfast every single day? Why 3 times a day? Only leaves house for emergency. Not allowed to say no to me. Ask for permission before speaking. Only eats 1,000 calories a day. Ah, so she should be locked in the basement aside from emergencies. Cook in the basement. You need to build a kitchen in the basement. I guess £5 a week is fine because you're not going to be able to spend a lot of money locked in a basement. And you're supposed to starve yourself. Wow, this is great. Wants 8 kids minimum. You know that really stupid, overused joke when you say stuff like, oh my god, look who's eating for 2. You know that, right? This is like the opposite. Oh my god, look who's like literally starving themselves while pregnant. That's not good. What the hell?
Is okay with polygamy.
Polygamy, okay. I guess only from your side then, I suppose, because there aren't a lot of men to meet in the basement.
Take care of house when I am on lad's holiday.
But how are they supposed to take care of the house when they're locked in the basement? Anyway, knows her cars. How's she supposed to learn about cars if she's not allowed to leave the house? Open the car door for me, but she's not allowed to go outside. Can't be called Margaret. All this kind of stuff like, oh, she should be a starving baby factory who's locked in the basement, is supposed to, open the car door for me, even though she can't leave the house, without emergency, so that's already like an oxymoron or whatever, but she can't be called Margaret? What did Margaret do to you? Oh my god. Now, I know this has been a tough, bumpy ride, okay? It makes you want to stab things. But I have found some memes on the subreddit that are actually kind of funny. You know the good old meme format that is like, girls be like, boys be like, but it's actually kind of cute. So let's read through it together, because maybe we will regain some desperately needed brain cells.
Girls with time machine, the bomb won't be strong enough, Thatcher will survive.
This is how we start this off? Alright. Thanks, miss, we'll do better. Boys with the time machine. The bomb won't be strong enough. Thatcher will survive. Thanks, bro, we'll do better. Non-binary person with the time machine. The bomb won't be strong enough. Thanks, comrade, we'll do better. Ah, yes, indeed. Look at those non-binary little commies. Girls.
Hey.
Boys.
Bro, we should make a meme about how epic and quirky boys are while girls are boring. Yeah.
Oh, the memes. Girls, yesterday Kim Kardashian posted it. I don't care. Boys, yesterday Kim Kardashian I don't care. This is a good meme. Man, this is a good meme. Girls with a time machine. I've missed you, Grandma. Boys with a time machine. I've missed you, Grandma. This is so sweet. Oh my god, man. Women with a time machine.
12 cases of cocaine soda, please.
Sure thing, miss. This is what I would do with a time machine before parties. This would be absolutely amazing. Can you imagine a rum and coke with this? Men with a time machine.
Get back in the water! Stupid fish, it's your fault!
Stupid fish, it's your fault. My sword fell over. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have swords or rent. Boys, what do girls do with a time machine? Probably visit their grandma.
Girls, here's how to stop patriarchy from happening.
Wanna see my duck?
Yup.
Nope.
The duck was fine. The duck was fine. When she said yes to the duck, should've just stuck with that, bro. That would have been way better. You were already there.
Well, laddies, lasses, and lassos, if there is something we have learned here today, is that true Riz comes in form of swords and ducks, and don't do anything of the things we have showed in this video. You see, reverse knowledge. It's the process of elimination. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, you beautiful being, for watching this wonderful video, and I hope to see you again in the very near future. Have an amazing rest of your day because you do deserve it, and I will see you then. Mwah.